First time that I ever wore concealer to school, we had a drama class, and one of the boys in my class, I overheard him say, "Freya actually looks quite good today." And I was like, oh my god, the concealer works. I'm gonna be getting all the boys now. Hi everyone, so before I started filming this video, it was going to be very different. I was going to teach myself how to put on eyeliner. That didn't really work because I failed so hard. I had another brainwave idea whilst I'm sat here and not down there. I am going to go through what my makeup used to look like. It's only been like the last couple of years that I've properly gotten into doing my makeup. But when I was in secondary school, maybe from like year 9 onwards, I would always be like, hey, I'm gonna wear makeup today, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be so grown up and wear makeup. Oh, there were some bad choices. I'm gonna go through what I used to put on my face. So like most secondary schools, I wasn't allowed to wear like really visible makeup, so I thought I would start off with what I tried to do in like year 9 when I first started like properly getting into wearing makeup. I remember going into Boots once and buying my first concealer. It was a Boots Natural Collection concealer. It was definitely the wrong shade for me. I remember it being quite orange and too dark for me. But that was like, I remember actually having to go into Boots and hiding the fact I was buying concealer because I didn't think my mum would let me buy it. I was in year 9 and I didn't think my mum was gonna let me buy concealer. But this is what I used to do. I was obsessed with making like a base for my face, but did not go like the right way about it. Like I would just whack concealer on, like no moisturizer, nothing beforehand, no primer, nothing like that. I wouldn't use a proper brush. I would use, well no, I had like an EcoTools concealer brush, and this is the closest thing I can find out of the brushes I currently have that was like that, and I would just like blend it out. Oh, this is horrible. I'm just having flashbacks. I need to just drag makeup all over my face rather than blend it. Like, can we see? It's literally a mask of where my concealer stops. And that's what I used to do. Literally a mask with nothing on my forehead either. My forehead is really dry. I should have put some moisturiser on before I started this. About to make it even worse, I would just put Stay Matte powder all over my face. Halfway through the day, my pores were just like clogged with Stay Matte powder and it was disgusting. I always tried to keep it very natural. I was kind of a bit of a goody two-shoes and was like, no, I can't wear makeup. I can't wear like visible makeup. And then I'd get like the lightest blush possible, which this is currently the lightest blush I have. It's really pink. Again, my first blush was a Natural Collection blush, and I don't think I knew what blending was either. This isn't the right brush to be using for this. Then I would put on something like this, like a lip gloss or like just a lip balm to make my lips look really shiny. And that's the makeup I used to go to school in. Never did anything to my eyebrows, nothing to my eyes. Just put some powder and blush on my face with a little bit of concealer. To be honest, it doesn't look that bad, but that's because I've learned how to take care of my skin, so it's not like really cloggy. Then, if I knew it was a special occasion, we have like family coming around and stuff, I'd put some eyeshadow on. But I wouldn't blend it out, I wouldn't add any other shades or anything. And this is like the exact shade. It was like pink, sparkly, and that's all I'd put on my eyelids. Really pink, really sparkly, and my whole face would just look like I'd exploded pink all over it basically. It would be like pink lip gloss, pink eyeshadow, pink blush, like really pink blush. And that is what I used to do to my face. That was like between the ages of maybe 14 and 16. Or maybe 14 and 17 even. Then I turned 17 and I was like, hey, do you know what? I'm gonna go out and buy a foundation. So I did. It wasn't this one. I think my first foundation was like a Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. It was in a tube and it was really like thick. It was disgusting. I don't know why I bought it. I used to get a really pale shade of foundation as well. This is still quite pale for me, but I make it work. At one point I was literally using concealer as foundation. I was like, just put it all over my face and use it as foundation because I don't have foundation. But I used to like try and make the palest shade possible because I was obsessed with my face being like a plain canvas, like no redness or anything anywhere. I was obsessed with it and I was mental, quite honestly. It's a little bit crazy. So I would have my foundation on my hand. I had a stippling brush. I had a Real Techniques stippling brush and I used to like go crazy and try and blend it everywhere and just put it all over my face. I don't think I ever used to blend it into my neck either. So this would be like when I was 17, what I used to do makeup wise. I'd put like 3 or 4 layers of foundation on just so that my face was really pale so that I could then put blush on and make it look like I was wearing makeup. I think I was obsessed with making myself look like I was wearing makeup rather than what I try and do now, which is make it look quite natural. I'd put all this on. I'd usually have to use more because I've literally used all of that on one side of my face. And that was 2 pumps of foundation. I should really be careful because this foundation's running out. And I can't go to a shop to get any more. And I'd never like cleanse it off properly either. I'd just use a makeup wipe, which arguably I do now sometimes. I really can't be arsed. You'll see the line on my nose. I put more on than you'll be able to. Yep, right there. Through the day as my makeup would come off, it would just like collect around this line in my nose because my nose isn't like, I don't know, flat. It doesn't just curve, it's got a literal line. But now that I know how to use a blending sponge, I can, you know, get rid of that. This is literally what I used to do to my face. I can't believe I used to do this. Now that I'm, like, you know, I have my way of applying makeup properly, it seems crazy to me. There was always like smear marks from where I was blending it in. See, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, it looks hideous. Like actually hideous. I never would like blend it out properly. So, I do that, put it all on my face. Then probably with the same brush, I'm just going to use the same brush because that's probably what I used to do as well. I would get the palest Stay Matte powder. This is a different one. This is Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me, which I think I actually prefer to Stay Matte. I kind of went through a Stay Matte phase. I had a friend that would just use Stay Matte all the time. No, blend as much of this on as possible. Like that actually looks hideous. You can see the line on my nose. I don't know if I got more experimental with blush, but I went for like a darker one like this, but this is like heavily glittered, but I probably would have gone for something like that. You get it all over my face. In the mirror it looks awful, but on the camera it's really not showing up as crazy as it is. And I didn't use highlighter, I didn't use bronzer. That was kind of it. I kind of still do this. I would put like a plain base colour on first, then put some pink over the top. I would usually do that to blend it out, but it's not a good look. Not a great look. And then get an even lighter shade and put it right in the corner. Then I got a bit like, hey, I'm older now, I'm gonna put lipstick on. Oh, definitely something like this, right. So this is a lip gloss pencil that is pink, sparkly, literally the same as my eyeshadow. And I get that everywhere. I used clear mascara for my eyes and my eyebrows. And that's kind of it. This is what I'd do to my face. Literally, powder, foundation, blusher, lip gloss, and a little bit of eyeshadow. Over this, I'd put like loads more powder on as well. Like loads, literally cake my face. Like I tried way too hard to make my makeup look really natural when really it probably would have been easier just to leave my face as it was. Oh, that lipstick is awful. See the line now, I've started to take it off. The line on my nose is very apparent. Now this is how I do my makeup now, which personally I think I've nailed. I'm gonna do it quite quickly because I feel like I've done my makeup on this channel a couple of times before. I use my Professional from Benefit, and I put a little bit of that on my eyes first. And then I will blend that with my beauty blender. If you get a beauty blender and don't know how to use it, just dampen it and then all your problems are solved. Finally learned what like darker shades were. I think I had a like mini glow up at the start of uni because I got a new foundation that, you know, completely matched and, you know, worked really, really well. And it was for like the right skin type, which is this one. I have decided it's a little bit pale for me, but at the time I was like, yes, and it matches my skin perfectly. Like, it's for combination dry skin, that foundation that I just showed you. We go in with this one here. No, I might go in with like this brown. It's like light taupey brown. Oh, I should have used that one. Oh well. We've done it now, we've committed. I get right in the crease now because I know what that is. I think we use this to blend it out. I really like shimmery eyeshadow. I don't really like matte eyeshadow. I don't know if that's just me. See, after this stage, I've seen this quite a lot. After this stage, I've seen people literally go in with like white and cover their entire lid. I don't like that. I really don't. So I'm not gonna do that. Now this is something that I still do. And that is get a makeup wipe and go under my eye and up in the way that I would want my eyeliner to be, but I still can't do my eyeliner. Just to like keep it contained to the eye area. Primer again. Okay, we've primed, we've prepped, we've primed, we're ready. I'm gonna go in with my foundation. So I do one pump, and that will do most of my face now. I don't cake it like I used to. Get the nose, then I go in with concealer. I literally do it under the eyes, that is pretty much it, and like around the eye area. Then I get the corner of my beauty blender so I can get right there. Again, like Wednesday, I can only apologise for my wind chimes. But my window's got to be open. And there is the base that I always strive for during secondary school. Okay, there's that. Then I will set with setting powder. Again, I use my beauty blender for like the first round of setting. There. Then blusher. I'm gonna use a Rockature. It is a Benefit one. It's only like a miniature one. There we go. So you can't see it on camera and it's kind of annoying. And I always worry that it's, you know, that my bronzer's gonna be way too dark on my face. And I do bronzer like around the side of my face. The only place I don't really put it is like down here. And it's looking like I've got loads on this side. I'll blend that out properly. Where's my proper brush? Here it is. There we go. Then highlight. Where is my highlighter brush? I might just use the really light shade that's in here. I think it's meant to be eyeshadow, but we'll use it anyway. And I do highlight like here and then here. That's just my personal preference. I don't really do anything with my nose. I'm gonna just leave it. If I put anything on my nose, I'm gonna end up sneezing. That's why I don't put anything on my nose. I'm not really a big contour person. I don't like loads of like contour on my face. So I've just done that, and then I'm gonna blend it out again. Then I'll do mascara because I use that now. Also one of those people, I think I've already mentioned this, but I'm one of those people that don't need to like open their mouth to put mascara on. Now onto eyebrows. I've only just started using proper eyebrow products as well. Still slightly scared of my eyebrows because I always think they look really too dark. They just sort of like leap out at you on my face. I do like the bare minimal and just brush some of Gimme Brow through it. That is literally all I do. And then lips. I've become a bit more experimental with like lipstick and stuff. Like I've started to put darker ones on because I think it suits me. So let's do that. Then I use my Holy Grail lip coat, whatever it is. I sound like that girl on TikTok that's always like, this is what British words should sound like. I think her name's India. Then I'll do like a last powder and then put some fixing spray on and then we're done. Then I get to do the really satisfying thing of taking my hair out. And my makeup look suddenly goes from like, she's got makeup on to hey, actually look quite good. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, kind of a bit of a blast from the past for me, because I've not put makeup on like that in a very, very long time. Like when it was just concealer, I used to do that a lot. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, a little bit of a random video, but I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. I will see you on Wednesday. Please stay at home, please stay safe, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye everyone.